Dear Sandivel, High Priestess of Divine Self-Empowerment, this message is a reminder of your magnificence, your uniqueness, and your genius. I hope to give you a glimpse of the way this universe sees you, the way that I see you. May this message serve you whenever you need to refresh your perspective of who you are, why you're here, and how both your gifts and your challenges are serving you as a divine, creative being. By the time we're finished, you will feel all of the pieces of you coming together in an exquisite symphony, like the finely tuned components of a piece of precision technology with a powerful engine, ready to go for the ride of your life. There is a transmission in this message. It's speaking to you at many layers of your being. As you receive it, imagine listening at the level of your DNA. May the information, energies, and activations in this message resonate with your deepest knowing of who you are. Please take only what feels right and allow the rest to fall away. Trust that any information that is truly good for you will become clear at the right time. I will introduce some basic concepts, give you an overview of what human design and the gene keys have to say about your fundamental genius and basic patterns, and I will give you information to support your awareness of your top 3 gifts and your top 3 challenges. Finally, I will share with you the one thing amidst the beautiful complexity of your being that can bring it all into harmony, allowing all of the exquisite moving parts of your dynamic beingness to work together. And I will transmit a vision of dynamic balance between your light and shadow, masculine and feminine, conscious and unconscious, to empower you to remember yourself as a master creative being. Find a comfortable place to let this message in. If at any point you've taken in enough, feel free to pause and digest. You can always come back later. If you're ready, let's get started. You are consciousness in human form, divine light in a crystalline structure, a rare and precious gem, capturing, transforming, and reflecting light, creating new experience, unique and one of a kind in all the universe. There has never been, and there will never be, another you. Sandivel, you are amazing. Already, you've discovered for yourself many of the keys to your own being. You are doing very well. And today, you are receiving information to help it all come into focus. Your human experience is generated by energy passing through a purposefully configured crystalline structure, a prism, like a diamond cut to precision with multiple facets. Your facets are absolutely unique. Spiritual intuitives have long been able to see the crystalline structure of human consciousness, often called the Merkaba or Merkaba. It is seen as a vehicle in which the spirit rides. Within the Merkaba, an upward current, the Kundalini Shakti, and a downward current, the Shiva Shakti, move through various energy pathways, condensing in energy centers, the chakras, that govern various aspects of human experience. The energy of our solar system conditions or imprints this energy as it moves through the crystal, creating a blueprint like the charts that astrologers perceive and study. An accurate birth chart can give you legitimate information and insight into the imprints in your Merkaba, chakras, and energy body. According to human design, in the year 1781, the energy centers of the human vehicle were reorganized as we evolved, resulting in 9 instead of 7 chakras. But this particular reorganization led to many specific changes in the human vehicle. One of the most significant was the shift from the mental decision-making process of the 7-centered being to the strategy and authority of the 9-centered being. This shift gave each individual human a new level of autonomy and a reliable inner guidance system that married the different parts of human consciousness. In the year 1987, a man named Ra Uru Hu received a mystical download that allowed humanity to finally see our reorganized energy centers in a new system in which each planet has not 1, but 2 calculations. What this means is that humans could finally clearly see what has previously been called unconscious. There is a trinity within human consciousness, and it creates a dilemma for the human. This is part of the game. We come to Earth with gifts and challenges. Together, they make up our creative adventure and keep us at the leading edge of our creative mastery. The downward current of the Merkaba, the Shiva Shakti, is the personality. On your blueprint, it's the black numbers and lines. It is an aspect of your spirit that is entering into the realm of Gaia. The upward current is the Kundalini Shakti and actually comes from Gaia herself. It's the unconscious body with a mind of its own. On your blueprint, it is the red numbers and lines. Gaia makes our bodies, and she imprints her energy into the intelligence of the body, programming it with specific energies and instincts that work within her domain. The body's instincts allow it to find its way to the experiences that will help raise and transform the energy of the planet. The conscious personality and the unconscious body are not naturally aware of each other. They are held together by the magnetic monopole, located in the very center of the heart of the human being, the G center. Here, the law of attraction magnetizes the life experiences that match the frequency of the consciousness in the human vehicle. Usually, the personality is trying to drive the vehicle and interrupts the smooth functioning of the monopole and the innate body intelligence. This creates an experience of resistance, frustration, bitterness, disappointment, anger. Through strategy and authority, you consciously allow the monopole and the body vehicle, the piece of Gaia that you live in, to drive you to the life experience that is correct for you. The personality gets to be the passenger and enjoy the ride. When you follow strategy and authority, you experience a life free of resistance, one of true satisfaction, success, surprise, and peace. Soon, we will look specifically at your blueprint, but first, a few more basics. In the system of human design, the signs and houses take a back seat to the way the planetary energies create gates and channels of energy. The body graph is a map of how the chakras are affected by the planetary activations. Wherever the planets make imprints in two ends of any energy channel, this is called definition. This is an energy pattern that is consistent and can be relied upon by the individual human. When only one end of an energy channel is activated, or no ends are active this is called openness. The energy patterns here are inconsistent and cannot be relied on. They will come and go as the energies around us change. Definition is who we came here to be. It's what we are transmitting. Definition is accessible to us now. Openness is what we came here to become wise about. It's about receiving and becoming aware. The wisdom of our openness develops over time. We must have patience with our openness as we come to recognize the ways our openness tries to force us into making decisions based on unreliable energy. This is called deconditioning, or letting go of the old programming that has been running our lives. Neither openness or definition is better than the other. They are different ways to experience the chakras. Everyone is configured differently. We are all truly unique. Genius comes in many forms. Our definition and our openness create our energy type and inner authority. Type gives us a life strategy, a particular way that we're designed to react, respond, and move through life. Inner authority is a reliable signal that you can trust to guide you to the experiences that will help you to evolve. Later, I will describe to you your personal strategy and authority. For now, let's take a look at your blueprint. Here you can see both the conscious black and unconscious red held together by the monopole. Here is your conscious personality on its own, the black. This is who you think you are, and it's the part of you that wants to try to drive. Here is your unconscious body, also called design. This is the red, and it's the experience that you really came here to have once you let go of your conditioning. Together, these two aspects of you are a unique co-creation between spirit and Gaia. Together, they create your unique auric field. Together, these parts of you create a one-of-a-kind transmission, and they also gather new awareness, insight, and wisdom through your openness, which adds to the planetary wisdom. When you put these pieces together, they create definition. When the red sacral center lights up, it means one thing. You are a generator. You are the life force of the planet. You are a unique expression of the life force of Gaia. The generator is here for one thing: satisfaction. Satisfaction is the path, the means, and the goal. And the wise generator knows that there is only one way to get to that satisfaction, and that is to respond. Responding to life gives you access to the generating power of Gaia, which she has placed within you. She has entrusted her power to you. When you access this power, you feel the satisfaction of all your energies working in concert. The satisfaction of the harvest of all of your challenges coming to fruition. The satisfaction of knowing that your desires matter and become manifest as you align with the wisdom within. Your satisfaction is Gaia's satisfaction. Through you, her energy is well used. Satisfaction is the frequency of your alignment. The more satisfied you are, the more in alignment you are. The more in alignment you are, the more you access your power. And the more you access your power, the more you raise the frequency of the earth, which is the ultimate service. But it is response that opens the gates. If you try to go straight to power, you will meet with frustration and the denser aspects of your consciousness, like melancholy and depression. Yes, melancholy and depression are present in your human design. Later, I will show you where. First, I want to give you some information that can clarify your process and help to soothe the perfectionist in you that makes you hard on yourself. Let's look again at your conscious personality. The two numbers at the top tell you the dominant energies that your personality came here to embody. Each planetary activation can be expressed in 6 different ways. Like a shower head with 6 settings, the water or energy can flow in 6 patterns. The top 2 numbers will always be on the same setting. Both of the top 2 numbers in your conscious and unconscious make up what's called profile. It's like an energy costume you're wearing in life. You can get to know the patterns and reduce frustration, which is simply resistance to being who you really are. Your personality expresses itself as a 1. The 1 is the investigator or creator. The 1 is about the foundation. If you think of a house, the 1 is the basement. A 1 will always be introspective. They like to study and investigate and seek the foundation. 1 is connected to self. 1 is about the individual and empowerment. Sometimes you learn best about stable foundations by experiencing instability. It is 100% right and natural for someone with a 1 personality to move back and forth between a feeling of having a secure foundation and an almost unbearable sensation of insecurity. The insecurity is feedback. It means that there are new elements of the foundation that are ready to be investigated and discovered by you. For someone with a 1 personality, you, dear Sandivel, the foundation is everything. When you feel insecure, it means to get back to your foundations and see what's there. This will take your process deeper, making your foundation even more secure, and you then transmit that security into the energy field of the earth. Specifically, your personality is here to investigate the foundation of stillness. A stillness so deep and profound that it becomes silence. This gives you the wisdom to think before you speak, and the power of restraint to wait for the correct thing to respond to. This deep stillness will lead you to the foundation of bliss. Satisfaction is the frequency of your alignment. Stillness is the foundation of your alignment. And the pure bliss of life is the proof that you are evolving. If you feel insecure, get still. So still that you are silent within. And then follow your generator response to the pure bliss of life. When your sense of security returns, bliss will call you. It will give you something to respond to. More on this later. As a 1, you actually have the ability to cause evolutionary mutations within the DNA of everyone around you. When you are true to your foundations, you change the world without even trying. Did you hear that? You don't have to try. Get still. Get silent. Bliss will call you to your path. Notice that your conscious personality has no definition. There is nothing to hold on to. It would be very natural for you to have a feeling of not always knowing what to focus on or where to put your energy. It will be helpful for you to become more comfortable with this feeling of consciousness floating until the right thing shows up to occupy your focus. That right thing will come from your environment, the influence of another person, or from the moon and the planets as they move through the different gates of energy every month. This is the conscious part of the process that you can tune into. The unfocused floating feeling, just like insecurity, is an indicator that it's time for you to become still. When you understand that you will always move from secure to insecure and back, and see it as a signal to become still, you can then see and accept the process of your unconscious. Your unconscious body expresses itself as a 3. The 3 is the martyr. It's called a martyr because the 3 will naturally learn through trying a variety of experiences, sometimes not on purpose, and having a trial and error process of learning. It can feel like bumping into things. It can feel like not being able to stay in one place, stick to one thing, or commit. People have a lot of labels for the process of the 3, and that can leave the person living this kind of life to feel shame, guilt, and sometimes even a little self-pity because their process is a little more bumpy than others. It's almost as though the 3 is sacrificing itself to learn lessons that help everyone, but sometimes they come the hard way, like a martyr. The positive side of the 3 process is that you learn a lot about what doesn't work, which makes you more clear about what does work. There is a clarity that comes from trying or bumping into many different energy experiences and then finally finding the one that works. It's also natural for a person with 3 energy to need to change their environment from time to time. They sometimes need to break bonds with places, processes, and even loved ones, and then make the bond fresh. This is healthy and natural. When you trust this process, you will feel refreshed, and you will refresh your environments and relationships. Did you hear that? No matter how in love you are, no matter how right an environment is for you, no matter whether you've found your calling on a certain path, it will be natural and healthy for you to need to change things up from time to time. Your body will compel you. It will also lead you there if you allow. The key to making peace with this 3 energy is humor. As soon as you can watch your body taking you through the bumpy process of creating clarity and refreshment, you can laugh at the process and make peace. It's truly humor that alchemizes shame. Notice that your body has its own natural definition. Your conscious personality has nothing to hold on to, but your body does. Your body is a perfectionist, and what it wants to perfect is joy, bliss. This 3 energy process is meant to bring more clarity and refreshment to your perfection of bliss and joy. So all the changes, the new experiences, the breaking and remaking of bonds is all in service of joy. Strategy and authority will bring you into the stillness of perfect alignment with the foundations of electric joy. You are here to experience the stillness of perfect alignment with the foundations of electric joy. All of your bumps and bruises have been bringing you closer to the stillness of perfect alignment with the foundations of electric joy. You are a being of stillness in the center, of vitality and bliss. Now, let's look at where your top 3 gifts and top 3 challenges can be found in your design. First, endurance and strength. Let's take a look at your root center. This center is responsible for the adrenaline that fuels the process of life. Notice that you have many activations on this center. This means that your body can access the adrenaline to fuel life in many different ways. Incidentally, all of these root chakra activations also bring with them the potential for depression. When the energy is there, bliss is activated, life moves forward, and it feels satisfying. But since this center works with pulses of energy that come from Gaia, the energy is not always there. And when it's not, it can feel stuck and depressing. It will help you to understand that this is a natural part of the process. If you follow your strategy and authority, if you respond, you will be guided to activate and access this power, and you will feel strength and endurance coursing through you, because that's who you came here to be. Empathy and sensitivity. Let's take a look at your emotional solar plexus center. Notice that yours is undefined or open. This means that you are very sensitive to the emotions of others. In fact, all of our open energy centers amplify the energy of those around us. So you feel other people's emotions even more intensely than they do. Furthermore, the 3 active gates on your emotional solar plexus center give you the gifts of tenderness, grace, and freedom. These are very important and special energies for the human emotional process. Your defined splenic center gives you instincts. Your body has a natural sense of timing and synchronicity. Your defined splenic center is always giving you nudges about the timing of things in your life and environment. You are designed to have a natural way of being in the right place at the right time when you align with your inner wisdom. Next, let's look at your top 3 challenges. Scarcity. Your open willpower or ego center will cause you to be sensitive to the willpower around you and can leave you with a feeling that you have something you need to prove. Since you are amplifying this energy, it can sometimes consume your focus and push you to try to create ways to prove your worth, value, and contribution. The secret is to realize that you have nothing to prove. Your value is unconditional. Nothing can prove or disprove your intrinsic worth and value. When this pattern of judging yourself as not having enough value or not having yet proven your worth stops pulling you away from your satisfaction and your bliss, all of the experiences you have been craving that will reflect your value to you will come flooding in very satisfying ways. Focus. Your open third eye or Ajna center is meant to be flexible and open. When we feel we have something to prove, this open conceptualization center can become obsessed with trying to prove that it is certain. Rather than trying to attach to specific concepts, you can stay open to appreciating the flow of ideas, which can show up in many different ways. You can actually learn to feel with your open mind and sense which ideas match your frequency, and then let go of the rest. You also have an open head center. This is a pressure center, and it creates the feeling of having too many unanswered questions, especially those being asked by other people. It can cause a habit of thinking about things that don't really matter to you personally, and trying to answer everyone else's questions. This pressure is there virtually all the time, and combined with your open third eye center can create a lot of swirling around in all the possibilities of thinking and inspiration. Finally, you have definition in the channel of concentration, but the only part of this channel that is conscious for you is the gate of stillness. The other end of the channel is unconscious, which means you are not in control of what you wind up focusing on. You are in charge of being ready, because you dropped into a stillness so deep that it became silence, and you're ready to respond to the right thing to focus on. For you, focus will always be an act of surrender and waiting. And the more you wait and allow the tension to build, the satisfying release of energy will come when the perfect thing to focus upon presents itself to you. These root center processes always have a depressive element. The root center is about having fuel or not. Sometimes the fuel is either not there or not ready to be applied. It's the way this center works. Depression is part of the process, and it doesn't last forever. One of the best ways to alleviate the pressure and discomfort and the depression that can build up at all of these gates in your root center is to move your body, which is something you already do. Awareness of the process can also soften the experience. Communicating who you are and what you do. Your open throat center means that there is not always energy connected to your throat. but you feel the amplified desire to express and manifest in the people around you. This feeling can sometimes be of needing to attract attention in order to be seen, heard, and understood. The gift here is that you can develop a keen sense of when communication is truly meaningful, truly congruent, and truly worth tuning into, versus when it's just noise. When you realize you have nothing to prove, when you let go of trying to be certain and trust that the right opportunities to be seen and heard will come to you, you can become very wise about communication and self-expression. Your personal way of communicating and expressing is virtually limitless. You can and will try many forms of self-expression and communicating. It's also worth noting that an undefined throat center means that all of these energies, grace, tenderness, freedom, bliss, and satisfaction, don't always have a direct path to verbal expression. You already have the wisdom to know that often your body is even more powerful than your voice when it comes to expressing the deep feelings within you. Can you see the perfection of your design? Can you see that these gifts and challenges are already built into the experience? Your gifts are yours to align with and change the frequency of your own life, thereby changing the world. Your challenges keep the process in motion and keep the alchemy alive in your experience. You can release resistance. You can harmonize all of these elements. You can have satisfaction and bliss while also having growing experiences. Strategy and authority are the key. Are you ready to know the simple secret to the satisfying life of your dreams? Are you ready to be clearly and intentionally aligned with your power? Can you feel the possibilities? Are you ready to respond? The mind is no longer meant to make our decisions for us. The mind is a wonderful tool, and as soon as you free it from making your decisions, it will become the clear instrument that it's meant to be. Remember, deconditioning our openness takes time. We need to be patient as we become aware of what pulls us away from our true self. You won't get it 100% right 100% of the time. And that's got to be okay, even for a perfectionist like you. Can you be forgiving of yourself as you enter this process? Can you accept that the energy of the 3 in your body will always cause you to bump into things sometimes? Can you already feel your body responding? As a pure generator, your response ability is to the life force. It's speaking to you all day, every day. Remember, life for the generator, for you, dearest Sandivel, is all about satisfaction. The sacral life force energy in you is primal, instinctual, visceral. It's your gut. It's nonverbal and automatic. If you're thinking about it, that's not it. This relentless force of power and fuel is asking you something very personal. Can you implicitly trust your body to know what's right for you? Can you? The language of your sacral life force energy is simple sounds. So simple, they seem silly. So simple, it's easy for the mind to write them off as childish, immature, unsophisticated, and even selfish. But what if you knew that your personal satisfaction, your bliss, is the frequency that activates the potentials in everyone around you? Would you be willing to give all authority to the one voice you can trust to align you with this frequency? Right now, in your body, see if you can find it. When your body recognizes this alchemical frequency, it says one thing. Uh-huh. Can you feel it? Uh-huh. It's not yes. It's not a word. This is a non-verbal gut sound. Uh-huh. Can you feel it? When your body wisdom knows there is no satisfaction to be found, it says one thing. It doesn't say no. It doesn't use words or human language. It says Can you feel it? Do you recognize it? This is how you steer. Or every moment of your life. Every choice that you make as a pure generator on earth is either or right now in this moment. Or That's it. Are you willing to make these sounds? Try it. Can you feel it? Will you allow it? Here's the trick. Your mind will try to tell you that it knows what sound you're going to make. It will try to get you to think your sounds, but you actually need to train yourself to say them out loud. Do it right now. Speak them, and you will find yourself responding to satisfaction all day long. And that satisfaction will quickly turn into electric vitality and bliss. If you try to think them, you will find frustration, melancholy, and depression. These are part of the process too. So the good news is that every time you find yourself feeling frustration, every time you find yourself feeling melancholy, every time you find yourself in a depression, you know exactly what it means. It means one thing and one thing only. You have not been responding You've been using your mind to make your decisions. You haven't been making your sounds. And so you know that your work, literally your only job, is then to get yourself back in touch with your response. Does that make sense? Did you just make a sound? Can you feel the power of your body coming online? Can you sense the possibilities that are waiting for you in this life when you simply trust your gut to guide you? I hope so. Now I will present a simple formula for you to follow anytime you need to get back in touch with your response ability. The keys lie in your personality. The one, the foundations of stillness and bliss that your personality can connect to. Allow yourself to drop deeply into your being. Find the foundation of stillness within. So still, so deep, so penetrating, it becomes silence. In the silence, allow yourself to imagine your body and energy absorbing blissful satisfaction all the way down to the level of your DNA. Feel the vibrations moving so deeply into you that you become one with this frequency. Imagine that you are a magnet, drawing unto you everything that matches this frequency. Imagine your environment, your aura, the objects around you, the walls of the room, even the very particles of the earth, vibrating with your frequency of blissful satisfaction. Everything around you is getting ready to reveal to you everything big and small that truly offers you blissful satisfaction. Bask, soak, absorb, become one. Feel the world becoming ready to match your frequency. Feel yourself getting ready to respond. Are you ready to respond? Did you just make a sound? Can you make a sound? Will you make a sound? Now open your eyes and respond. What's the first thing you see? Does your body respond? Do you want more of this thing? Do you want something else? Do you see how this works? Is there something else to respond to? Does it feel good to respond? Do you like knowing about response? Are you making your sounds? You are a transmitter of frequencies of blissful satisfaction that have the power to mutate the DNA of the humans around you so they can evolve into more perfect versions of themselves. When you are blissfully satisfied, you are an agent of alchemy, silently wordlessly transmitting the wisdom of self-empowerment and the proper behavior of the self into the energy field of the planet. Your blissful satisfaction is more powerful than any EMF frequency or any 5G tower, saturating the field of Gaia with the potentials for awakening to the true self. And if you're responding, you don't even have to try. People come online around you. I have felt this from you. I have been mutated into my evolution by your clarity of being. You are alchemy. You are a transmitter. Your self-empowered, blissful satisfaction literally awakens the world. Are you getting the picture? Can you feel your power? Are you making your sounds? Can you feel how this works? Do you want more? Are you making your sounds? Is it okay to make mistakes? Is it okay to forget? Will you be able to remember? Can you find your way back? Are you making your sounds? Does it feel good to make your sounds? Do you trust your sounds to guide you? Can you trust your process of life? Are you doing well? Yes. Yes, you are. You are magnificent. I hope this message has helped you to remember. Do you remember? Does it feel good to remember? Are you making your sounds? Good. Well done, High Priestess Sandivel. Please listen to this message again anytime you need a reminder. Your blissful satisfaction is the most important thing that you can do with your life. Does that resonate with you? Are you ready to respond? Is there something waiting for you to respond to right now?